Hello, and you are welcome to tonight's session. It's a pleasure to be here. I would have loved for us to give a few more minutes for people to come in, but we are just going to dive straight into the matter. And today's topic is very, very interesting. It's on community building through email marketing, which is something that every business owner should be doing, right? So, without wasting so much time, we are just going to go straight right into it. All right. So, in case you're joining here for the first time and you're wondering who is this person, who is she, why is she talking to us? Well, my name is Joy Eneghalu, and I'm a digital marketing consultant. Today, you're going to learn how to build an email list that becomes your asset aside just generating leads for you. So think of this as your blueprints for owning a direct line to your audience's inbox, a direct line to their mind, a direct line to everything about them, really, and most importantly, their loyalty. All right. And why is this very important? It's really important because you don't want to keep running the rat race of always chasing algorithms, wondering what hashtags are working, wondering, what social media platform has been shut down, and just being panicky altogether. You don't want that for yourself. You want to be able to build a system that allows you to just get in the leads and just keep warming them up and eventually get them to know you, to like you, and then to trust you. All right. So, are you ready for this tea that I'm about to give you? Are you ready for this tea that I'm about to give you? All right. Okay, so one important thing that you need to know is that email marketing delivers. I remember one time that they were saying, oh, email marketing is dead, email marketing is dead. Unfortunately, it's the one thing that is still very much alive today. Email marketing is not dead and it delivers 100%. According to HubSpot in 2023, HubSpot said that um, for every $1 spent on email marketing, there's actually a 42% return on investment. Can you beat that? A 42% return on investment. Now, compare this to social media, where you are at the mercy of algorithms. You're trying to, figure out what time you need to post, what kind of content you need to post. You're trying to figure out, how you're just it's just a whole lot. All right. I don't know if you remember a time Instagram engagement dropped 30% overnight in 2022, and creators, business owners, people were wondering what was going on. All right. At that point, a lot of businesses used email marketing to thrive. And that's how it's meant to be. Nobody's saying for you not to be on social media. Of course, you have to be on social media, but there's got to be a system where while you're on social media, you are getting that traffic into a platform that you own. All right. And that's the crux of the matter here. A platform that you own, a platform that you control. There is no middleman. This list is yours, and it is the channel where you can control the relationship, where you when you want to speak to them and all whatnot. All right. So get ready because tonight is going to be one of those very powerful nights that we're going to have. So, tonight, you're going to learn the power of an email list. You're going to learn how to build your lists, how to nurture your list, how to convert them to buy, and then we'll then close out with the tools and even automation that you need to set up to make these things easy for you. All right. If you're just joining us, please leave your name in the comment section. Just say hello. So I just know that you're following. All right. Good. Now, I run a business. Some of you know that I run a business called Multi Keys, and it is pretty much a business that helps people to get into the tech space, right? One of our superpowers has been email marketing. It is something that I personally practice across my businesses, and I don't joke with it because I pretty much do not have the strength to be thinking about the right hashtags to use. No, I don't have that energy. So Multikis is one of the businesses that has really thrived on email marketing, and with our email list of over 30,000 people, right? We were able to, in a space of 1 year, make about 8 million naira. Yes, about 8 million naira. So it's really amazing for you to see how email can help your business, all right? Where you are weekly warming them up, where you're weekly sending them messages, and then you have your sequences set up. So this is just in 1 year we are making 8 million naira, right, from a business that, yes, we post on social media, but we don't post on social media for you to follow, like, share, or whatever. No, we have a setup system. Even when we run our ads, we have a setup system for the leads to go from social media to our email marketing, and then to our Telegram community. We have a Telegram community. So anybody who goes through our system, you would notice that you will go from wherever you came from, the leads from the form, you find yourself in our email marketing sequence, and then you find yourself last in our Telegram community. And this is how we've been running more techies, and it's been a very, very powerful system. Now let's say that you want to do the same thing, right? What do you have to do? First of all, I want you to know that this email marketing is not an either or affair. I want you to understand that it's a valuable asset that your business can own. Hi, Chikodi. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone this way. My system is here, my camera is here, my phone is here. So, hi, Chikodi. I hope you're doing good. So, your email list or your email marketing system is the most valuable asset that you can own as a business. All right. Yes, there's the social media followers, there is the website traffic, but your email list is a direct owned channel to communicate with your audience. I know why I keep repeating this thing, because I need it to sink in. I need you to understand that the same way Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, the same way he owns Instagram, is the same way you own your email marketing system, your email list. I need you to understand that, right? While he's tweaking social media and all of that, or maybe Elon Musk is tweaking the algorithm on Twitter, on X, I need you to understand that your email list is the platform that you can decide to tweak to say, okay, I want to send a message in the morning, or I want to send this message in the evening. I want to send this message in the afternoon. I want to see, I want to test this headline. It is yours. The list is yours. It is your own gold. Now, why is this exactly transformative? Like I said, the ownership and the control, it's amazing. All right. You don't have to deal with the algorithms, or somebody controlling who sees your content. People even complain that people don't they no longer that they're shadow banned on Facebook, right? But with your email, you bypass all these gatekeepers, you bypass all these middlemen. All right. Another thing is the independence. Sometimes Instagram just goes off, or WhatsApp just goes off, right? Sometimes even Twitter just goes off. The other time was TikTok being, briefly banned in the US. Now, when all these things shut down, your followers are gone. If it's a platform that is banned, your followers are gone, right? If you're shadow banned, even if you have 100,000 followers, you have less than 50,000 seeing what you're doing, right? But with your email list, it is forever. It is forever. As long as they want to keep reading from you, even the person who is reading will optimize. If it goes, for example, into the spam folder or into the updates or promotions folder, your audience will move it back into the primary box, right? So it is yours. Another reason why this is transformative is the ROI. The ROI is amazing. That's ROI meaning return on investment. Okay. I mentioned earlier that HubSpot talked about the fact that for every penny or for every dollar spent, there is a 42% return on investment. This outperforms any other social media platform that you want to talk about. Another thing is the fact that it is cost effective. It is cost effective. You're not having to deal with ads, or you're not having to, like, when you're running adverts, you have to bid, so you're not having to deal with all those bidding things. No, you don't have to. The only thing you have to do is to pay for an email service provider, and you pay every month, and then you keep 100% of your profits. You make, if you want to sell, if you want to upsell, whatever, if you want to nurture them, it's totally up to you. All right. Now, the other point you need to know is the fact that you have direct access to your audience. Okay, you have direct access to your audience. If you decide to send emails 15 times a day based on the agreement you have with your subscribers, they will open it and they'll read it. But unlike social media, even if you post 15 times a day, I bet you that a good number of your followers will not even see up to 4 of those posts, right? And aside that, they are having to, like, you're having to deal with other content that will be in the person's face. But with email, it is just you and you alone, right? They can get distracted on social media and just go away from your content. Okay, so consider this your own prime real estate. This is your own, your audience's inbox is your real estate. Okay, it is your real estate. It is your real estate. Another thing you need to consider is the fact that you can segment your audience. So for example, I deal with personal brands, but I want to be able to speak with, say, consultants, coaches, and entrepreneurs separately. I can segment these people into these various groups and send them personalized content. Unlike on social media, right? If I have like these three kinds of people, I am pretty much speaking to everybody. I would look for a general term or name to refer to everybody. Okay. Now, we already established the fact that your email gives you higher conversion rates compared to your social media followers. We talked about the fact that you can warm them up when they come in, you can warm them up, get them from strangers to people who are getting to know you, and then from people who are getting to know you to people who will eventually trust you, right? So in marketing, it's called cold leads, warm leads, and hot leads. As cold leads, they're coming in as strangers. As warm leads, they're trying to get to know you. And as hot leads, they already like you, they know you, they trust you. All right. You can build long-term relationships with these people and they can stay loyal to you for a very long time. So for example, I haven't been mailing people on my email list for the past, say, this is 2025, right? I went on a break totally in 2020, right? I went on a break totally in 2020 and I just came back and I sent an email to my email list. Of course, some people's unsubscribed, but it felt really good to have a good number of people replying my email to say, "Oh wow, Joy, welcome back. We've missed you in this blog." We've having those conversations. Now, these are people that have stayed loyal and have in one way or the other, we've built this long-term relationship. That people who can translate to repeat customers when you sell things to them, right? And this system, email marketing system, is very sustainable, is very scalable. You set up your sequences once and it just keeps running on and on for years. You don't have to do anything extra. If you depending on what you sell. So for example, if you own an e-commerce business, you can decide to do your welcome series, abandoned cart reminders, and all whatnot, what have you. So it is something I call an evergreen asset. You set it up once and it just keeps running and going and going. The good thing, another good thing about it is the fact that you can look at the data and you understand your data. So things like your click-through rates, your unsubscribe rate, your subscription rate, your whatever it is, your open rates, you want to know what percentages they are in. All right. You can decide to try different things like your A/B test. You can decide to give discounts and see exactly how that translates to open rates and click-through rates. Open rates meaning the percentage of people who opened the email, click through rates meaning the percentage of people that clicked on the email. So, yes, somebody might open your email, but they may not exactly click on it. So, that's why you have the open rate and then you have the click through rates. And then, of course, the unsubscription rate is people who unsubscribe from your email list, which is normal. When people unsubscribe, it's not something to feel bad about. In fact, you should be happy because you don't want people who will not unsubscribe and they are not reading your emails either, and they're just there occupying space, and you're paying money monthly keeping them on that list. So when people unsubscribe, you want to find out, okay, am I giving enough value to keep people? Is it a result of the fact that I'm not giving enough good content, right? And if it's not that, just maybe the person has just outgrown what you're talking about, or they're no longer interested in what you're talking about, and that's okay. The important thing is the fact that you need to keep filling up your pipeline. That's the most important thing. You need to keep filling up your pipeline. Okay. So we've talked about all these things, and now the next question we're going to talk about is, okay, you want to start your email marketing system. You want to start doing email marketing. Joy, how exactly do I get started? And this has been my evergreen advice, right? You hear of people who have email lists of 50,000, 100,000, and that's okay. If you're just getting started, the golden rule is for you to look for your first 100 subscribers. It works like magic. Your first 100, because it is something to celebrate. Okay, your first 100 subscribers is something to celebrate. The moment you get your first 100, you look at your next 500, your next 1,000, and then it just goes up and on like that, right? So how do you start with your first 100, right? What do you need to do? How do you build this thing? First, you need to figure out which email marketing system you're going to be using, of course, depending on your budget and the kind of content that you're creating, right? You need to decipher what kind of email system you're going to be using. Right after that, you want to think of the kind of value you want to give. So, what kind of pain points are you trying to solve? You know, what kind of pain points are you trying to solve? And what kind of solution can you give to that pain point? So when you figure this out, then you're thinking of, okay, what can I give my community for free? Because when you give people something for free, then they want to sign up to be able to get it. So think about templates, think about checklists, think about free guides, think about free communities, think about free online courses. The list goes on and on and on. It can even be a simple 10 minutes video teaching somebody or people a particular thing that you know will solve their problem. It's as simple as that. But then this thing will be your lead magnet because it will be free of charge. All right. Now, the moment people start coming to your email list, the next phase will be to start nurturing them. So typically you want to build this a sequence, right? When people come into your email list, you want to build it, you want them to be able to go through a journey. It's called a sequence in marketing, right? So it could be 5 days, it could be 3 days, it could be 7 days. Some people even do as high as 30 days, right? And they go through this, but continuously they are getting value. So you can use storytelling, you can educate people. Of course, I talked about a content formula called edu infotainment. So you want to be able to educate people, inform them, and also entertain them. And you're doing all these things typically to build trust. Now, the moment you do all of this and um, you keep nurturing and sending out this content, at some point the next thing will be to begin to sell strategically. If you've not seen the digital product suite webinar, you need to go and see it, because it tells you exactly what kind of products you need to introduce to them first. All right. People that are just getting to know you, you're not going to throw a product of £100 at them or 100,000 naira at them. It doesn't work that way. You have to throw a product, a low hanging fruit. It's usually called a low hanging fruit. So it's a product that is not exactly expensive. It is, sometimes when people, well, of course, Netflix's price has gone up now, but before now, the rule used to be, let it be less than or at par with Netflix's price. But now Netflix is about 20 something dollars, right? So this is exactly how you want to go through it. You want to go through that process. Okay. For those of you just joining, please drop a comment so I know exactly those that have joined and I can give you a shout out if you don't mind. All right. Okay, so moving on, I need you to understand that once you go through this process, or once you start going through this process, you need to understand that your email list is not just a list, it's a community of people who have chosen to hear from you, a community of people who have chosen to listen to your voice. So you need to treat it like gold. You need to treat it with respect. And it's not something that you build today and you expect to start getting all the monies out of it immediately. No, it takes time. So it will over time compound into your most profitable assets. But then you need to keep creating that content, keep sending out information to these people. All right. There is a marketing saying that says the money is in the list, and it's very valid. The money is in the list. Most big businesses you see that run ads, they're not just, yeah, they run ads and you see those ads and stuff, but trust me, by the time you click, they are prompting you to put in your email list, because they need to have you in their own personal space, not competing with the millions of people who have content out there. And if you are a business owner, I need you to understand that, yes, or a personal brand, I need you to understand that yes, you have competitors, the people who are selling exactly what it is that you're selling. But the truth is, they are not exactly your competitors. Your actual competitors are those distracting your potential customers from listening to you. So think about the skip makers, think about the filmmakers, think about the vloggers, think about those creating their random content. Get ready with me. Oh, this thing is trending on TikTok. Those are your competitors. Those are people distracting, because somebody may just want to buy, but just with a single swipe. In fact, something as easy as somebody coming into their room to engage them in a conversation for 2 or 3 minutes, and the phone locks, and then the moment they turn it on, just quickly, if ever the content just swipes away and they're onto something else. They don't even remember that they wanted to do something or they wanted to buy from you. And that's why email marketing is so powerful, because if you do it properly, if you do it properly with all of the right integrations, they will come across your content again through your ads, and if they had signed up, of course, through the content that will be coming in via email. All right. So we talked about email. We talked about building your list and said that you need to build your lead magnet, which is your first step, and not just any lead magnet, not just any random stuff. It has to be something that is irresistible, something that can actually help your customer or your audience. All right. So, for example, if you're a social media manager, maybe you want to create a social media calendar template. All right. Or you want to, maybe you're a TikTok manager, maybe you want to create a TikTok strategy kit for business owners. All right. So you have to figure out exactly what it is that your audience wants and then create things like that. Another thing you can do to boost signups is to create pop ups on your website. All right. Create pop ups on your website. According to Sumo says that this actually helps customers to increase their leads by 40%. You would agree with me that that's a whole lot. So, yes, if you have a website, please do the integration and ensure that you have a pop up on your website. Another way for you to build your email list is to embed it in your blog posts. Embed it in your blog posts, okay? For example, one of the strategies that I have, for example, if you want to see the replays of the previous webinars, in as much as it's in the public right there, yeah, you would have to sign up for you to get access to watch the replays. It's as simple as so. It's a strategy. These are things that you need to implement for you to increase sign-ups to your email list. Then you want to go ahead to create a landing page, because now you have created this lead magnet. You have to use a landing page to drive people to, so that the traffic you're driving gets on that landing page. All right. So you want to be able to make sure that you have the right copy, the right call to action, which is usually the button on the landing page. People can click and then they can get they can get the freebie that you're offering them. Okay. So other ways for you to increase your list would be to do SEO driven blogging, or to do collaborations, right? So for example, I can decide to collaborate with somebody on the webinar, and I would use that to increase my my leads. All right. I can decide to collaborate with a non-competing personal brand. Okay. So now that we've done, once you do that, you've got to your landing page, you've put in your copy, you have your seat, your call to action on it, and then you've been able to integrate this with your email marketing system. The next thing you want to think about is your segmentation. You want to split your list by behavior. So, for example, if somebody clicks on this link, or they buy from you, you want to put them into a segmentation auto. You want to do the automation in a way that it immediately adds them to the category of customers, right? You can do all of that. Okay. You want to say, oh, if somebody clicks on this particular link, then maybe tag them and send them this particular blog post or this particular email. All right. So these are things that you can do with your email marketing system to make your marketing even more smarter and personalized. All right. Now, when we're talking about the content that you're going to send to your customers or to your email list, you want to send them things like testimonials, you want to send them things like discounts, you want to send things like social proof, right? You want to share things like behind the scenes, you want to give more value, educate people on the subject matter. This helps you to build trust long term. All right. Now, the moment all of this is done, you can take it up to the next level by building referees, people that can help you, or affiliates as it is called. So, people that can as well share your content, right? And you can use it to generate leads, and in turn, you can gift them something. So for example, I can decide to say, if you if you get 10 people to click on this link and come into this list, I'm going to give you access to my, maybe brand authority course worth if £150. And you see people happy to do it, right? So these are ways that you can decide to build your email list. Okay. So what is your next step? All right. What is your next step? The very next step now is for you to decide which email marketing service that you are going to use. That is your very next step. Okay. So I'm just going to take a quick break here. And if you have any questions, I am looking at the comments. Just my phone is right beside me here. All right. So if you have any questions, any comments, please drop them in the comment section just before we proceed. I will just hold on a minute. Any questions? Chikodi, are you still here? Any questions? Okay. So we have a few minutes left and then we can wrap this up, right? So, what tools can you use and how do you exactly choose the right email marketing tool to use? Okay. So, people over time, I mean, the first thing people want to figure out is the price, really. A lot of people are drawn to the price. Okay, how much does this cost and things like that. You would realize that each marketing system or each marketing tool is not exactly they're not exactly the same, right? So you have the option of ConvertKit, you have Active Campaign, you have Flow Desk, you have SendFox, you have Substack, you have MailerLite, you have Mailchimp, and the rest of them. There are a whole lot. There's MailerJet or MailJet or something like that. There's a whole lot of them out there, a whole lot. So the first thing you want to figure out is, you're starting with 100, right? Which tool at least gives you access to start for free with 100? I can tell you that all these names I mentioned, they can allow you start for free with 100 list. Some of them are sensitive. I know MailerLite became somewhat overly sensitive. You know, MailChimp used to be everybody's darling, still everyone's darling, but they are really expensive, especially as your list begins to grow. However, it's one of the email marketing platforms that I know has a lot of features, useful features for businesses, right? ConvertKit, which is the one that I personally use, if you're my email list, you would have noticed that by now, is actually very good for creators as well. It also has features, for automation and segmentation, but you have to pay, I think, about 40 something dollars for you to get access to that. All right. Flowdesk, on the other hand, is also good for creators. Flowdesk is currently at 30 something dollars per month. However, I got on their lifetime plan of about $19 per month. So but it's about 38, yes, $38 per month. Then there's also Clavio. I forgot to mention Clavio. It's actually a very good one. All right, KLAVIYO.com. It's actually a very, very, very good one. Clavio has good features, automation, segmentations. You can even now get you can take reviews from your customers. It's a very powerful tool. All right, it's a very powerful tool. And like I earlier mentioned, you need to track your open rates, you need to track your conversion rates, you need to track your click-through rates, you need to track your unsubscription rates. All right, because these are things that you need to that will inform you to tell you whether you are doing a good job or not. All right, it will tell you whether you're doing a good job or not. All right, I actually have my email tech stack checklist, but I'll be sending you to those on my email list. So if you're not on my email list, please find a way to get on it. All right, because that's the only way I can be able to send you the email tech stack checklist. Part of what I'm going to be doing for you in that checklist is to give you a step by step approach on how you need to get started, including the tools that you need. All right. And I'm going to pretty much draw up the differences, oh, this is the price for this one. This one you can start for free and things like that. So that'll be all about that. Okay. All right. I think we're getting to the end of today's session. There is a question. I mean, I was having a conversation during the week, and one question that came up was, how often should I email? And my answer typically is as often as you have to. Typically, if you're not in a selling mode, then maybe once a week or once in 2 weeks or once a month, depending on the nature of the business. I would assume that, for example, people in the construction space will be emailing once a month because really it's a B2B kind of business, right? So they'll be emailing, say, once a month. However, if, for example, you run an e-commerce business that, say, sells groceries or sells women's hair, I would expect that I receive your emails weekly, right? With updates on prices, discounts, new arrivals, new products, things like that, right? Maybe possible partnerships, even, right? Or maybe even a surprise. There is a 10% reduction on on delivery price this week. Things like that, really. I would expect that I receive emails weekly from you. And God help me, you are doing maybe your Black Friday sales. Oh, I would expect a ton of emails from you. I would expect the reminder email, Joy, we are live now. Oh, Joy, shop now. Oh, Joy, you forgot the products in the cart. Oh, Joy, we're giving you 10% to encourage you to shop, to check out, things like that. So I would expect a ton of emails. So it just totally depends on the kind of business, right? And like I said, do not feel bad when people unsubscribe. If people unsubscribe, it is good. In fact, what you need to ask yourself is, for example, for every 10 people that unsubscribe, how many more emails do I need to get to replace and maybe even go over? So, for example, personally, what I do, my calculation, for every 10 that unsubscribes, I want to get 20 back. So, pretty much double, right? If 10 people unsubscribe, best believe I want to get 20 new people in. So, 10 to replace the 10 that left, and then just another 10 to spill over. So, that's my own personal strategy for my business. All right. So I think that will be all from my end. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I really hope that you begin to take action. It doesn't matter where you are as a personal brand or as a business. Even if you should have an email list. You should not be struggling on social media trying to, hustle and compete for the attention of your audience with a million other people doing the same thing that you're doing. You want to be different, be on social media, that's fine, but have a strategy for getting those people from social media right into your email list, your own personal space, the one that you control. All right, that is exactly what you need to do. So in case you are looking for, or in case you did not get what I've been saying, your next point of action right about now is decide your the email marketing tool you're going to use, open an account, create a landing page and the form, put it out there and let people start signing up. Even if it means you running ads, run ads and get traffic. Let people start signing up. Create whatever email leads that if you want to create maybe a lead magnet for an e-commerce business, for example. Maybe you're not a personal brand per se, but you want to implement the same thing. So maybe what you want to do is to give people 10% off, 15% off, 20% off, so you can do something like an ad that says, oh, the price of this thing is £50, but we're giving it away at £30, something like that, or sign up and get £10 off. People do that when I go on, for example, on a fashion website. Immediately it just gives up a pop-up on the website to say, shop, get 10% off if you sign up. At the moment you sign up, it will just display the code for you, for you to impute it, the coupon code, when you're checking out. And that's a good deal. They have my email. I have 10% off what I want to buy. It's a win-win, right? Okay, okay. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me tonight. Like I said, if you're on my email list, you're going to get the email tech stack checklists. All right, so please try to get into my email list. Or you can easily just visit joyiscoming.com. Yeah, joy is coming, that kind of joy. Yeah, so joyiscoming.com, and yeah, subscribe, and we'll take it off from there. Or you can also visit this link that I'm about typing for you now in the comment section, right? So you can also visit that link, and the moment you visit it, if you scroll to the bottom, you're going to see a form that you can fill, and you get straight into my email list. Yes, that will be all from me tonight, and thank you to the people who have joined. And if you're watching the replay, thank you to. Hopefully, we see you in the email list and you get the email tech stack checklist as I've promised. I'm going to send it out for free, and then of course it's going to be on my website as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.